Hi, welcome once again to Odyssey of Ascension. This is Roxy. We'll be channeling for you once again today. Thanks for tuning in. I got the smiles today.
Yeah.
I'm very smiley.
Awesome.
Greetings once again to the collective. This is Ocyphius from the Oversoul Collective Fire. I bid you a good day. Alright, let us continue. The Indoctrine idea spoken by that of Jay. Stand by. Greetings once again to the collective. This is Jane from the Speaker Oversoul. I bid you a good day. The idea of the last Indoctrine, Indoctrinate, after, let's say, careful analyzation of this entire process that we incorporated into several timelines, number 8 is in its perfect spot, and it is also, we would like to, let's say, reiterate the idea of its highest importance. Out of all the Indoctrines, if you can walk away with one idea, vulnerability is your top idea focus. It is all up to you. The idea of the next idea, number 9, rather number 10. We are on 10, are we not? Stand by. Yes. The idea, number 10. This is an idea of trust, and we shall say and name the idea, that of trust. Trust in and of itself is a definition. The idea of trust, let's say trustable. Interesting. What is trust in and of itself? You have an idea of a word. That word encourages vibration within you. When you speak and say and understand using it out of spite or love, the word trust, it incorporates a vibrational sense, does it not? This is what we want you to focus on. It is the core context of your self-being down here that you've given yourself as a fundamental go-to station of a vibrational feeling, a relationship to that reality of trust to sit in. And that gives you the idea of the true definition of trust. When you sit in the isness of this word, this definition, this moment, this is what will occur. It will be understood that there is only the idea of the trust that is being birthed within, which can only surmise, if your logical mind chooses to do so, the trust is built into the system. The trust is not only built into the system, but you are the trust. Now, we are going to put it in an idea of a 3D perspective. You're the only one you can trust, truly. You can, of course, trust your other ideas of your brethren and your neighbor and your ascension idea workers. We're talking not, I don't trust you. You listen to the opinions and you take those ideas of opinions, offerings, teaching, learnings, actions, and you put them in your trust bank. And within that idea will now scope itself into a reality between discernment of your own trust with yourself. This is the meaning of trusting yourself, not in I only trust me and not you idea. That is the perspective of 3D launching the idea of separation. We want you to go deeper. In this idea of going deeper, you can feel the idea of discernment between different realities of choice you have now experienced. This is the idea where truly discernment is birthed from. It is the core fundamental definition that leads to the core vibration, reality bubble, if you will, that is, in and of itself, the trust factor that you brought down from out there, built into the construct of separation for you to use as a go-to world, a go-to feeling, When you wake up in the morning, you walk outside and you see the sun rising and you're feeling the idea of the, let's say, the day, the smells, the sounds, the vibrational sense of being in that morning dew. That right there is a relationship to an environment that brings you, let's say, great joy, feeling, ecstasy. This is the same vibrational reality we're talking about. You don't do it up here, you do it in here. You go inside and you get into the core feeling of what you are yourself. The kingdom of heaven lies within, and this is no joke. This is a part of you that you can now sink into yourself because of the definition in and of itself was never that, let's say, idea strictured beyond what its original core vibration is. You did distort it, that of humanity, not you directly. That of humanity distorted it in a way of trusting only myself and I can't trust you. But that's only an idea of how far it truly goes in the idea of distorting the definition of trust in and of itself. But trust, feel the word. There is separation up here. I don't trust you. You can't trust me. I don't trust myself. All of those are just tiny little fragments of the distortion, once again, of its original meaning. But you can follow the path, the feeling, the vibration to bring you into that space that you have created within this holodeck that can never be, let's say, tainted. It cannot be distorted because it is built within you. That is a direct beam, if you will, from you to infinite intelligence, if you will. And it is a, let's say, not a long journey to get there. And you are very familiar with it already. We're asking you to take it a little deeper. This idea of Indoctrine 10 is just the word in and of itself, trust. It doesn't have to be moved in the reality of action in this idea to, let's say, cambiato. In the idea of giving you examples of how to trust. For that will bring it up from its original core through the filter belief systems of each subjective reality now viewing this, and then shift its presence understanding. What we want you to do is now sink into yourself and define trust first as yourself, 1. 2, define trust in the idea as a tool within you to discern between your own truths and not your truths. Maybe they were valid at one time, but not now. So in that idea, when you sink into the definition of trust, it'll mutate into what it is. Nothing except you. It is a part of you that is, let's say, pulsating the unconditional love. That idea will give you a feeling, pay attention, it will give you a feeling of remembrance. Again, that idea of Seth, as well as Ocyphius and a few other channels along the years. You have to learn to relate to the reality first before you can experience the reality. You have to understand it vibrationally first. This is what we're talking about. You get into this moment. You sink into yourself and you start feeling trust. Trust is the doorway. The definition starts the action because it's within the human psyche. That action leads you into yourself in allowance and let it come in, and now you're relating to the new idea of yourself in trust. That trust will pulsate out of down here into this reality, your body, your mind, your DNA, your complex, everything. And you understand it more. Don't, let's say, think it's ending at the definition of trust. It is much deeper than that. But the explanation would be, let's say, not that beneficial to you to give you the whole encompassing idea. Let us explain the idea of law of confusion. The law of confusion is that we don't want to go beyond law of free will choice, infringement, if you will. The law of confusion allows you in the idea to be confused and journey home yourself. Once again, we give you too much, you don't learn. You don't remember, you don't evolve. You skip along and you missed a content of a vibration experience that would fill your soul beyond your expectations if we gave you everything at once. Then most certainly you would do it again. In that idea, understand the idea of trust. We've given you what it is now. We've given you clues and hints on what it can do for you. These ideas that are embedded with you are, let's say, being triggered by this alone. The idea of this word, what it does, what it meant past tense to you, as you are evolving it, you will see what it truly means to trust. The idea of trust in and of itself is just the tip of the iceberg. Where it leads inside of you is a whole nother reality. Understand that. It will be coupled with the idea of vulnerability as well. Understand that. Most certainly. Let's say, they are partnered in your journey with this idea. Trusting the vulnerability. You get the idea. Okay. Wonderful. All right, humanity, this is all we have in the idea of Indoctrine 10. Understand, once again, we want to reiterate. Maybe we should... Yes. We shall do so. Okay. The idea of humanity is to build upon the ideas of the other doctrines before this, leading to this. Again, they're all in place in a certain way to help you understand yourself in a perfect harmonious stepping up the idea ladder. Again, we do want to reiterate rather, the idea of indoctrinate vulnerability. Very key. Because if you let go and trust that it is your world, what could happen except love? This is Jane from the Speaker Oversoul. It has been an honor once again. I bid you a good day. Greetings once again to the collective. This is Ocyphius. There's an idea we shall, let's say, yes. Okay. We're going to end this idea and we're going to make a brief video right after this, if you will. This is Ocyphius from the Oversoul Collective Fire, and I bid you a good day. Cool beans. All right, they're telling me to cut it off, and then we're going to make another short video without channeling or something. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.